is much colder than I expected. So what I've got here is a Kodak Euro 35 Legend. And this was my first camera, like first camera. I received this camera for Christmas of 1990 or 91. Let me check with my mom. I was, I think, 10 years old, and I just decided, I don't remember why, I'm interested in photography. It has a plastic 35mm lens. The thing is, this was in storage for many years, and the battery's corroded. If you turn it on flash, you can shoot without a battery. You have basically 1/125th of a second at f4.5 when you do the flash hack. The only way you can control anything on this camera is through the ISO of your film. I'm going to work with that, and I'll explain a little bit more about that, but I'm going to be shooting with this, my very first camera, and also something else we'll see out here. Let's check it out. Loading the Euro 35 Legend for the first time in like 20 years.
It's so cute.
So I went out with to my new favorite spot of the moment with Madi, and Crystal was our camera person, which I really appreciate. Thanks, Crystal. We had a great time out there. It was overcast again, which was great because, as you can see by the camera settings, it made it really easy to work with. The quality of this camera is described online as slightly better than disposable. So I liked how this turned out. And all I had was my ISO setting. I knew the shutter of this was 1/125th of a second. And you're not supposed to be able to do this from what I've read, but I actually had all the f-stops available to me despite not having batteries in it. I don't know if I messed something up when I was digging around in the camera to try to clean out the corrosion, but whatever it was, I just ran with it. So there's three f-stops in this camera, and they're just little holes punched into sheets of metal, kind of like you would see on a Holga. And I'm not going to share the film images just yet. You'll understand why when you can stick around after this short segment to check out the roll review, so to speak, from the Kodak Euro 35. And yes, that's a below or whatever R16 16mm motion picture camera. And yeah, it was very straightforward. She brought a couple clothing options, and she had made this final change. Into this cool, like, Dorian collar top. And I really liked how it looked with her jeans. And we were about to walk back out to this opening when I looked over and found this little path, and we went and found this fallen tree, and it was just, this was barely steps out of our cars, which are super cool. So we got these photos here. It felt very Leibovitzian to me, like any Leibovitz, and that's kind of the inspiration I took there. Like Madi would be a celebrity movie star, and I'm, taking her picture, these dramatic photos in overcast skies for, I would like to think, Vogue, but I'm not gonna get out of hand here. But anyway, that was my headspace.
Look at that. I love it.
I'm gonna get one close shot. I can just hold it right there at low. And yes, I've just been showing digital photos from this segment. That's because I really like the film photos, and it's going to have a separate roll review shortly after we wrap this up. And here it is, the illustrious Kodak Euro 35 Legend that I had growing up for, like I said, Christmas of 1990 or so. I still have this bag even that you see on the eBay listing. I have that somewhere. I just recorded a whole video worth of this segment to find out that the camera was saving nothing. I really like how the photos came out with Madi. They were really cool digital files. The film, the 16mm film, is my first roll of 16mm ever. I'm almost finished with it. I'm going to shoot another one before I send it off to a lab. It'll be about a month probably before you see anything, maybe longer. And you'll notice I didn't share the Kodak Euro 35 Legend photos right away. And that's because I really like how they turned out. I applied a little bit of a soft focus filter effect in post through Capture One, I might add. I scanned these with the Fuji GFX 50S on my copy stand using my scan technique, as you can see in the video on the card up there. And a lot of you are at this channel because of that video, which is cool. And by the way, subscribe if you like behind the scenes stuff, interesting film and digital mixtures like the DSLR and camera scans. This has been a really great year for this channel. I have one more video this year. It's coming out next week, and then we'll continue on, and it'll be 2020, which is wild. But thanks for watching and subscribing, and I hope you subscribe. And also a special huge thanks to my patrons, which are listed on the screen. I really appreciate you all, and if you would like to help contribute to this channel and help make things possible and easier, definitely go to the link and see what I have to offer. It starts at $1. I hope you like how those film photos turn out, because I really do. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, anything you celebrate, even if it's just a Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. If you just really like the day, I hope you like the day. I will see you next week, as I said, and thanks for checking this out. Bye.